Hi everybody. Good morning and thanks for having me. My name is Sophie. I'm a member of the Western Mass Showing Up for Racial Justice group. We're a local chapter of a national surge platform whose mission is to mobilize white people around racial justice, specifically by educating ourselves and our communities in the ways that white people perpetuate and uphold white supremacy, and also by taking action towards undoing systems of racial violence in collaboration with and in support of groups led by people of color. So my message today is going to be short because white people already take up too much space in public platforms when it comes to racial justice. And what I have to say is pretty simple. White supremacy is really easy to identify when it manifests in Unite the Right style rallies with overt messages of racial superiority and violence. But white supremacy is alive and well every day, even in the most progressive corners of our lives, in the ways that white people are socialized to think about race, and we have to address that too. If you are a white person going through some mental gymnastics right now to explain to yourself why I'm not talking about you specifically, please stop. I am talking about you. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about every single person who was born with white skin, because we all benefit from a system that privileges whiteness, whether we like it or not. So if your response to this situation is that you don't see race, then you are actually part of the problem. Because race is a social construct that has real life impact on people's safety. It is very real. And if we're going to address racism, we have to start by acknowledging race and the privilege it affords people who were born white. You can see structural racism everywhere, including here in the Pioneer Valley. We see it in the disproportionate policing of communities of color. We see it in the school-to-prison pipeline, in the increased surveillance of public spaces, in the gentrification and segregation of towns, and even on Smith campus, where a young black undergraduate student recently had the police called on her by a Smith College staff member for looking out of place. This is a country founded on the assumption that white people alone are fully human, and that legacy lives on in the racial inequity that we see across all sectors of life in this country. So, white people, including me, we must be willing to condemn the institutional and structural racism as well as individual bigotry. It is too easy for us to point to something over there and say that's racist and they are evil and they need to leave our town. We also have to point to ourselves and say, I am a part of this. What can I do personally to make my community a safer place for people of color? And I'm going to give you 3 quick suggestions. The first, of course, is to just start educating yourself, continue educating yourself, educating yourself. There's lots of resources out there. I can give you some suggestions if you want. Also, the internet is your friend. Trust people of color when they share their stories, whether it's about being followed around stores while they're shopping in Northampton or being questioned by TSA every time they fly. Don't dismiss them, just hear them. And when you mess up, because you will mess up, because we all mess up, just try to remember that your feelings are less important than the lives and emotional safety of people of color. So when you mess up, take some time to process, apologize, and then get back out there and keep learning, because we're all in this together. Thank you so much.